What's up, guys? Todd here. Welcome to, I think, video number 4 of the Small Business Automation Academy. I'm really glad you're here today because this is probably one of the most important videos I've ever recorded, so I better get it right and not get it wrong, right? So Zapier is kind of a cool tool. It's probably the most important tool in any digital marketer's toolkit. When I say digital marketer, I'm not talking about like the guys who make money up here. I'm talking anybody who wants to expand their business on social media, on Google, whatever it is. You want to actually get more sales across the country or in your local area. That's digital marketing as far as I'm concerned. So for people who are doing that with results and effectively without a background in like computer science, development, programming, it's really hard traditionally to get stuff from one source to another. Let's say you have a lead coming in on a specific website, but there's no way to connect that website to your CRM or the Slack, so you tell your team if there's a lead in there. What do? I mean, traditionally what you do is you get an email from the website, forward the email to your sales team, wait for one of them to respond, and by that time the lead's already forgotten you exist or they opt into anything, and at that point they're like, well, and people are just looking to say, well, digital marketing doesn't work. It's like, no, it doesn't work. It gives you a framework to do work, right? So to get that process done properly is all about integrations and automation. We know that to be the case, so we're going to talk about that today in pretty good detail. Okay, so moving forward here, Zapier is basically a way to take any of these apps and tools and take data that comes into one of these apps and tools and send that to another app that you want data sent to. Sounds kind of confusing, but think about it like this. Let's say you've got this Slack channel open here with new leads or with demos, right? And like I mentioned before, if you want a system where a new lead comes in as soon as they opt in with their name, email, phone number, their agent's info, so your employee's info, so who it's assigned to, and then as well as that, a step-by-step instruction on what that person needs to do to get this thing closed, as well as integrating this into your Trello account so you can actually assign this task out to the right person. If you want that system, you need to use Zapier. And the good thing is, up to a certain amount, Zapier is 100% free. Like everything else we're talking about here doesn't cost you a dime. It's all free stuff, so not like affiliate agreement to make more money off you, like selling other services. That's not what this is about. This is about a framework to use free tools available to you to make your business stronger. Of course, at some point, you're probably going to want something even stronger than Zapier, stronger than Slack, stronger than Trello. But to start out with, you don't need to mess with that. You can just use what you have right now. Hopefully, it's going to take care of it the way that you want it taken care of. So we're going to go ahead and just dive right in and make a new Zap, right? So a Zap is basically just an automation. That's their word for automation is a Zap. And for each Zap, we're going to name it something that we want that's going to indicate what it's about. So for this one right here, we want demos scheduled, sent to my Trello and sent to my Slack account. So we know in no uncertain terms when a demo is, who has to take care of it, and who the client is, and so we can get more information that way. So what we do, we're going to call this demo schedule to Trello and Slack. Okay? So the demo scheduler, there's going to be a trigger app. This is how every Zap works. There's a trigger app, and there's an action app. Okay? The trigger is basically where does that lead come in. So for our purposes, it's Calendly. Remember we said that people are going to go and set demos and set time to meet with us in Calendly? Exactly what this is. So your trigger is going to be Calendly. You're going to go here, and you're going to say when an invitee is created. I'm going to move my screen over here a little bit so I can see the buttons. You're going to save and continue that. You're going to connect your account, which you can do in various different ways with the API. With Calendly, they're going to want the API. Which is fine. I mean, it's what it is. It's what you've got to do. But in any case, you're going to go ahead and you're going to save this. And just so you guys know where the API is found, in case you don't already, I just want to show you this right now briefly here. So I'm going to probably have to log out and log back into my account here, but that's okay. Okay. So your API thing, go here to integrations, copy this API key right here at the very top of your page, go back to here, connect your account, and just drop your API and hit yes, continue. I'm not going to continue because I already got my account set up here the way I want it. but that's how you do it. You're going to save and continue, and you're going to test this step to make sure it works. Now, sometimes it takes a second for it to load, this or that, so you just make sure it's working properly. I might have to go ahead and start this process over from the beginning too, which is fine. So, okay, I'll go here. I'll show you how to do it. Set an account, drop your Calendly thing, click yes, continue. So we're now Calendly number 2, whatever. That's fine. We'll go here and continue and set up. Let's create a brand new invitee. So just go here to your dashboard and click on any one of these schedules, like the demo, for example. We're going to copy the URL. We're just going to go here and set an appointment for ourselves, like on any one of these days. 9 o'clock in the morning, confirm, Todd Holland, 415-794-1073. Primary line of work, real estate. And what can I help you specifically? We're going to say just test, so we can see what it is. Schedule the event. Good to go. We're going back here. And this should kick it back to me and let me know that we're good to go here. So I might have to test this step and retest this step. Looks like it's done. So the test is successful. So what I did is I went and I signed up for an appointment with myself, and then the test went through. We're going to continue. Now this is the fun part. We've already set this part up here, so it's like when something comes in here, do something else. That something else is going to be a bunch of really cool things that are going to end up like making our lives a lot easier at the end of the day. So the first place we want to go to is Slack, right? So Slack, we want to send a channel. Let me move over here so you can see the options. We want to send a channel message, okay? We click over here, so save and continue. And then I've got, like, obviously quite a few Slack accounts. So I'm just going to go and choose this one that I have here. It's not super relevant, the one that we're choosing. You're not going to have as many Slack accounts as I do anyway, so it's not really something to worry about. And I'm going to put this under new leads, okay? For our purposes, what we might even want to do is go here. I'm going to pick a different account, one of the newer ones. Here, save that. Yeah, we'll put that under new leads, or scheduled appointments even better. So in your Slack, it'll be this. It'll be demo. Oops. It'll be product. It'll be new leads, product, whatever one you want it to be. I like it to be the demo one, the scheduled appointments one. That's usually the one that we like to look at there. Message of the text. This is where it gets really important. So I'm going to go through this really slowly. Okay. So I always type in new appointment set. Okay, so I say name, click on this right here, drop down to invitee's name. Okay, this automatically takes this data and shoots it over to Slack for you. Really cool. Email, phone, so when you look for your phone or any of the new things that you add in, you want to go ahead and find the response, right? So 415, so that's a phone number, so like that. And then you say survey questions, and you go here, and you only have those 2 questions, which the first question is, what's your primary line of work? And the response, question in response to response, is this. Okay, and you go down here. Then you find the question number 3 question, and you find the question number 3 response. Same exact thing. I'll show you why you do this in a little bit here. Just make sure you do it. Yeah, just make sure you do it. That's all I can say about that. Let's see here. Just want to, sometimes I have to scroll around and find it. That's question 3 question. And question 3 response is going to be right here. Okay. And then you say event type, so you know that it's a one-on-one type of thing. It's not a group event, so that gives you a sense of how to do this. One-on-one. and then you say demo process. Okay, so number 1, go to Trello, demo schedule, not started, and then it's going to be invitee name demo. Okay, that tells people where to find the card, okay? Perfect. And then you're going to say follow instructions in checklist provided. Cool. You're going to say after demo, send prospect to payment site. Number 4, follow up with prospect regularly until payment. Okay. So the bot name, we're going to call this thing schedule bot. The bot icon, not so much, not important. Auto scan links, not important. Thread is not important. Broadcast channel is not important. Okay, so we're going to continue. Okay, this is what's so important. This is exactly what your thing is going to look like here. So it's the survey questions, or contact information, name, phone number, and email. Right away, you know how to get in touch with this person. Survey questions, one-on-one, and then a process here that tells you what to do to make the sale. Okay, really important stuff. I'm going to create and continue. And boom, as soon as I did that, this thing came in, this test came in, which says as soon as someone comes in and sets an appointment, this is going to shoot this over to me to let me know exactly how to close this person. Sometimes there's a bit of a delay. I'm not sure what a type error is. I'm not going to worry about it because I did see it go through. So that's all good to me. I'm going to create and continue. And sometimes you just got to trial and error, play around a little bit, and sometimes the internet's going to kick you off, and you're going to have a hard time just getting anything done. And it is what it is, but you just got to power through it, and just keep pushing. There's nothing in here that's formatted improperly, so we're all good there. See, as soon as I did that, I said test successful, so I just had to go and reboot the Wi-Fi. Sometimes that's all it takes, right? And we're going to add another step. We're going to put this person in Trello. Okay. We're going to create a card. In fact, here's what we're going to do. We'll make this even better. So don't do create a card. What we're going to do is we are going to add checklist to card. Okay? It's kind of cool. Save and continue. So this new account that I just made, we're going to use that. On the board, I'm going to go over here. Move my head over here. We're going to add this to demo schedule. I think. Yeah. I think that's what it shows. The list is going to be not started. The card, we're going to add a search step into this card here and click OK, add it. And we're going to go here. Organization is going to be oh, interesting. This is for a whole different account anyway. It doesn't matter. It's the same deal. Ignore me. Okay. The board is going to be under Funalytics. It's going to be the demo schedule. The list is going to be in not started. And the card name that we're looking for here is we're going to go ahead and call it invitee name demo. So you found the card, we're going to continue it, right? So just kind of follow along with what I'm doing here. If it doesn't work, just reach out because there's, it's not the easiest thing in the world. That's what the group is for. So try your best. Then we can add a checklist to a card. Trello Todd Holland. Now we're setting up the template. The custom value that we picked is there. Custom value for the card is there. The checklist name, we're going to call it kind of whatever you want. I like demo walkthrough. And then you can go and pick out which demo walkthrough you want, like that. And this is going to be corresponding to a checklist you already made. So make sure if you haven't done this yet, watch the Trello video and do everything I told you to do there and build out all your checklists for yourself. It's very important that you have a list of things that you want people to do. Okay, you're going to click continue. Okay, you're going to create and continue. Okay, and you're finished. Put this thing under robots. This is just for my own categorization. I recommend being organized, but you don't have to worry about exactly how I'm doing this per se. And you're done. So you can see it on your dashboard. Now what this does, I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly what this does. Okay, so give me 1 second here to log out of the demo account and go to my real account. Okay. Alright, where are we? Demo schedule. Okay, so what I just created, is something that as soon as somebody comes in to this task and fills out this form, it gives me this like detailed line-by-line list of different things to do, right? So check it out. It's the information about me, the line of work, you know, what's in, you know, the schedules that are set up here. So this is really important. If you're ever having a hard time for whatever reason getting this part done, watch this video again a couple more times, because at the end of the day, and there's some resources I can share with you too, but this is a really cool thing to think about here, where, you know, when someone opts into a funnel or a demo or whatever, your salesperson is going to know right off the bat exactly what this person needs, how to reach this person, when the demo is, because it's assigned at that time, right? You know, it's going to tell you to open the different tools that you need, to go to the specific website that you need to, you know, line by line what you need to do, the questions you want to ask the prospect, and then how to close the prospect right there too, and how to keep notes and stuff. So it's like, as this person's going down the list, he's required to say, okay, I did this, I did this, I did this, all these different things, and if for whatever reason they didn't do what they had to do, or at the time that they said they were going to do it, you would then know to reach out to this person, educate them, get them on the right track. If they're making a pattern, you can actually track a pattern of not getting stuff done, then you would probably get rid of that person, find someone who can, and you can do that easily because you've got this framework that you can just tap right into. Super huge, super important. Meanwhile, and in addition to, you've got the appointment set here, right? You got the appointment set here, which is going to tell you exactly what to do. Go to demo, Trello, whatever, and follow that checklist. This gets sent out to everybody in your organization. Even if they're not by their computer, it gets added to their phone as like a ping, and you let people know. Spend all of your time in Slack and in Trello, because that's the dashboard of your company. It's very important, right? Okay, so that's that. I wanted to show that. I think that's really important in terms of how we can go about organizing ourselves. That's kind of the meat of the process right there. We're going to go into some more detail, industry-specific and generalized lead generation stuff next, but it was important to me to get at least this part set up for you so you have a fundamental idea of everything else we're going to talk about in this course. All right, thank you guys again. I appreciate it. Hope this is helpful. Take care.